Now, after Florida lawmakers voted to prohibit abortions after 6 weeks of pregnancy this week, a new fight has been brewing in the state.
Yes, a new measure would allow fire stations and hospitals to install boxes where distressed mothers could leave their unwanted newborns.
Now, the bill would give fire stations and hospitals the option to install these ventilated and climate-controlled boxes where, and it sounds unbelievable to us over here, got to say, but it's where parents could drop off babies without interacting with any employees.
Well, joining us now is Joel Gordon, spokesman for the A Safe Haven for Newborns. Good morning to you, Joel. Really good to have you with us. So, as Stephen was just saying, here in the UK, I mean, even hearing that a mother would put their baby in a box, obviously going to somewhere safe, but just the whole idea is just quite distressing, really. Tell us how these baby boxes work and who would use them.
Yes, well, good morning to you two as well. Thank you for having me on board. I represent a Safe Haven for Newborns. We are the organization that supports Florida's Safe Haven or Surrendered Infant law. And just as you said, from our perspective, we have the same feeling. We do not support the installation of the boxes, and we have opposed the amendments to the legislation from the beginning.
Why do you oppose it? In the sense that it would appear, tragic as it is, that there is a need for this, is there, in Florida? Well,
I would challenge that notion because our organization has been in place since the original statute was adopted back in 2000. And over the 23 years that we have been in place, we have successfully reduced the incident of abandoned babies within the last few years to zero. And we've only had one in the last 3 years and only 5 since 2016. So we've been very, very successful through our program of just about eliminating abandoned babies in the state of Florida. So from our perspective, we don't feel that these boxes are necessary. And we don't feel that they're appropriate or safe.
Why has your program been so successful? What do you suggest instead of the mother putting their baby into a box?
So our program does a number of things that we feel are very, very successful in achieving the statistics that we have and achieving the results that we have. The first foremost thing that we do, we offer a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week multilingual hotline that a mother or anyone who is dealing with a newborn can call and say, I don't know what to do. I'm distressed. I'm beside myself. What do I do? And we will work with them to counsel them, to advise them, and get them the resources that they need. Everything from where to safely and directly hand off their baby to a trained professional, all the way to ultimately, if we can, having her keep her baby by providing her with the resources she needs to do that. And we have done that. We have assisted more than 6,000 mothers over the years, as well as rescued 370 babies from being abandoned in Florida.
Is there a concern, Joel, though, that with this new abortion law, so people can't terminate a pregnancy after 6 weeks, are you concerned that may lead to an increase in people who are pregnant but actually don't want to keep their children?
That is obviously a legitimate concern, and that has been part of the major discussion. And that I think that's kind of what has driven some of the Florida legislators to take this action. We've geared up for it. We're prepared for it. We have the resources to serve the need as it comes across throughout Florida. We've proven that, and we have the ability to handle whatever increase may come along.
And I mean, your stance is that the mother benefits from having that direct interaction with your support network rather than just leaving a baby, no questions asked.
Correct. So there is a tremendous amount of literature regarding the benefits of direct handoff versus just dropping a baby in the box. There's really two factors that come into play. The most important one is the safety of the baby and the mother. In a case where a mother does a direct handoff to a trained professional, number one, that trained professional can make an immediate assessment of whether or not the baby is ill or injured or has been harmed in any way. And that negates the protections under the law if the baby has been harmed deliberately. And there are proper actions and proper steps to take. If the baby is ill and needs care, that can be provided and that can be secured immediately. As well as the baby, if the mother needs resources, if she is ill or she is injured or she needs something, we can do that as well. We can get those services for her immediately. When the baby gets dropped in the box and that door locks behind the baby, it's over. There's nothing that can be done. The second factor is that, and there's tons of literature from psychologists, from pediatricians that say that there is a tremendous distress added to an already stressed mother when she suddenly loses that contact with the baby and has no idea what happens. And if she should drop the baby in the box, close the door and change her mind, she can't get the baby back without going through a legal system. So from that aspect alone, the direct handoff is the smart way to go.
Well, Joel Gordon, really appreciate you talking to us this morning. Thanks very much indeed.